Vultures 2 is straight ass. To expand on that statement a little bit, Vultures 2 is an unfinished, unlistenable, unreviewable, that's right, I'm hopping on the Fantano train here, piece of garbage, starting with the mixing. Now, it's unfortunate because a lot of these songs had genuine potential. When I heard the leaks and snippets for songs like Field Trip, Promotion, 530, Sky City, all of these songs, I was genuinely excited. But one thing that I absolutely expected was for these songs to not still sound like leaks when they were officially released. The mixing is so incredibly bad. You can't understand what certain rappers are saying. And that goes for Kanye and a lot of the feature artists. Production often just doesn't sink in with the vocals. Speaking of that, when Kanye sings, wow, is he off tune often. I mean, to be Kanye West, one of the best, most critically acclaimed producers in rap music of all time, and release an album with this bad of mixing, I don't know how that even happens. I'm dumbfounded, bro. It is truly so bad to the point where it makes this album unlistenable. I can't understand what certain people are saying. It makes it harder to hear what they're saying. That's ridiculous. There's no excuses for that. Now, we're gonna get to the second half of how you can tell these songs are completely unfinished and Kanye was just being lazy and uninspired. Starting with 530. Now, if you listen to the first half of the song, it's a fantastic track. You got a great rapping performance from Kanye, one of his better ones this decade, and you have great production with a beautiful sample. Then you get to the second half of this song, where Kanye is straight mumbling, using filler words, and it just sounds like a reference track where those mumble parts would be filled in later. But unfortunately, he didn't fill in those parts, so we just got some mumbling, bad, unfinished nonsense. Next, we got Sky City, which somehow tops 530 in terms of disappointment. This man literally has verses on this song that sound like AI. And I'm not sure if this is true, but I saw some people talking on Twitter saying that those verses actually were AI. Now, if they genuinely were fake, were not real, and he used AI, that's ridiculous, man. How are you going to use... I hate that. I hate that. That's horrible. AI should never be in music unless you're creating like a joke song. Otherwise, never, ever, ever should AI be in music. It just destroys the artistic element of music and takes out all the emotion of it, all the personality from it. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Even if they weren't straight up AI though, they still sounded like it. It was still garbage. And all of that amounted for another ruined song that could have been great. I saw the vision, man. The Sky City had great production. It seemed like it could have been a very catchy song, but it was ruined. Then there's Lifestyle, where you got another great sample, similar to 530, but guess what? That doesn't matter because the second half of this song is just Husband. It's the entirety of another song on this album. How lazy and uninspired do you have to be to pull that garbage? My goodness, and it's not even a good song. Husband was boring, it was mid, it was background music. I listened to it and it came and went right there and then. And he used it twice on the album. He made it a song and then made it the second half of a song. How are you gonna do that? That's awful. The writing too, man. I'm so over it. It's so tiring at this point. Kanye's my favorite artist of all time. If you look back on his albums, up until like Donda, honestly, his writing had substance to it. It was meaningful. Now, with Vultures 2, at best case scenario, his writing doesn't detract from the songs, and it's just there. But a lot of times, it absolutely makes the songs worse. You have so many cringe lines in here. I mean, you had the one on Fried where he's saying... like, he wants fries, and then he gets thighs. You got a 9-second song on here. I think it was called Isabella. What's the point? Why is that there? What is that going to do for the audience, for the listeners? I promise you no one wanted that, because it absolutely does nothing for the listening experience. Then you have songs like Bomb. Oh, my God. Talking. All right, I get it. It was a nice sentiment. You got Kanye singing with his child. Cool. I'm over it now. It sounds bad. It is just not good. I don't care if it's cute and nice and sweet and wholesome. It's trash. Now, I have heard some people say that Kanye was going to make revisions. He was going to update the album. Even that annoys me, man. Just don't release the album if it's not done. If it's not finished, don't show it to the public. There's no point no benefit of releasing the album unfinished and then making changes. Make the changes before and then release the album, like every other artist ever of all time. And honestly, for my closing remarks, if this is what Kanye is going to release for the rest of his career, if he's going to release albums, projects like Vultures 2, which is completely, obviously lazy, uninspired, and like totally unfinished. It's even worse than the Donda 2 situation. At least he didn't genuinely officially release Donda 2, except on the stem player. This is actually released and unfinished. That is unacceptable, especially from someone like Kanye, who has the ability and has oftentimes made beautiful bodies of work. If this is the road Kanye is going to go down, please just retire. I'd rather hear nothing than hear something like Vultures 2 ever again.